Good day, my name is Carolyn DeFord. I'm Puyallup, Nisqually, and Cowlitz. I'm currently in the Tacoma, Washington area. My mom went to the store to meet a man named John, and she didn't return. Her car wasn't at the store. She wasn't at any friends' houses. She left the dog at home. There were just so many things that were uncharacteristic about that her best friend was concerned right away and started looking for her, and we were unable to locate her anywhere. I have to backtrack a little bit. When I was about 14, 15, my mom was sexually assaulted. And then again, when I was a little bit older, she was assaulted again, and it was pretty traumatizing to her. And she never told me those things. Therapy wasn't really a thing then. You might go to a counselor, but that wasn't something that we did. So she kind of coped, she just got by. And so she fell into addiction and was really struggling with that. She'd gotten clean a couple times. And at the time of her disappearance, she was in active addiction. So we know that things that she was doing outside of work and in her free time weren't healthy, and that she was associating with people who run in that crowd and in that circle. Law enforcement didn't really do much of an investigation because she's over 18 and she had the right to her privacy. If she wanted to take off and not tell anybody, she didn't have to tell anybody. There wasn't a sense of urgency for them in finding her. Not until several weeks later, when she still wasn't coming home, then they started, kind of taking it a little bit more seriously. I think the first 7 years were like the first year. It was about 2007, 2008. I was doing some Googling, like looking for missing person support groups, looking for other families, resources for families with missing people. And I stumbled across a couple of websites. One was Project Jason, and the other was another kind of a forum for families of missing, where you could get in there and share your stories and talk to other people in the same, in the same experiences. And that was really helpful to connect with. I didn't know anybody else who had somebody who was missing for them. And I kind of found the MMIW movement at that same time in Canada. And I was reading about that and the high rates of missing and murdered Indigenous women across North America, and the work that they were doing to talk about it, to make it an issue. These were other people that had the beliefs that I had about life and death and spirituality. When I was pretty young, my mom gave me some teachings about death. My mom and I were in the car one time, and there was a funeral on the radio, and I was asking about it. She was trying to explain to me, and I was pretty little, like maybe 5 or 6. She was trying to explain, that they're there to say goodbye to, they're saying goodbye to him because they love him. And I told her I didn't ever want her to die. I didn't ever want to have a funeral for her. And she said, "Oh, sweetie, everybody dies. It's the cycle of life. Our bodies aren't made to live forever. But, the part of me that loves you, my energy and my spirit, that will always be here. That will never die. But our bodies are just a shell. And when my shell is gone, I'll still be here." I learned a lot about how we respond to trauma. I learned a lot about the system, the risk factors, these things that we experience along our life that make us easy targets for hurt and harm, for people who are intending to do bad things. I learned to forgive my mom, that she did the best she knew how to do, that she was hurt, and that she loved me amazing, but she loved me the best that she knew how. If she could not have to struggle with some of those things, she wouldn't have. Early on, be persistent. Be persistent. Don't underestimate the power of your voice. Don't give up. Learn to navigate and kind of leverage resources in the community and relationships in the community, so that you can use your voice where it can make a difference, if that's what you want to do. To take care of yourself, to accept how you're feeling and honor it. Honor those feelings that come up and heal. Work through the healing process. Don't carry it. That the feelings that feel so abnormal and wrong are normal. Find places to be with people who are also on that healing journey. You can walk it together.